Was it raining this morning up here?
It was wet. It was raining last night. It rained last night. It was raining like for the last few days.
Yeah, but my house this morning, it was like crazy. I was like, what the heck? Like, I woke up pretty early,
Did it
like
get
at
in?
4 in the
Did
morning.
it get in the house?
No, it doesn't get in the house, but like my carport, it has like
Oh
a
yeah,
uneven part, and then
yeah.
it just becomes like a
Pools.
big puddle.
Yeah, it pools and
So I can't get outside unless I like broom it out.
yeah.
But it was like pretty big this time. I was like, damn, it must have been like crazy throughout the night, I guess.
Yeah.
So when I woke up, it was like pretty bad.
Alright. Oh shit! I forgot the incense, man. I was like, it was on my mind. I was like, incense. I had the lighter and everything. It's all good, you know. I just like to have it because it's like it's good for me. Can you raise the camera up, please? Man, I like sometimes I get one track minded. Like if I get something to do, I end up doing it, but then I forget other stuff that I had to do.
I gotta buy some more because I ran out. I have some that are mixed with something else, but I don't like the smell of it.
Yeah, that's all.
Because I had them for a long time. I had them in the boxes, but since I moved, I never touched like all that stuff. But I remember I bought them with this dude, and he used to go to an incense shop. So I was just like, nah, fuck that shit. I'm not even gonna light them up.
I got some of the brother had gave me some time ago. I planted like 2 more. If I remember, I'll make sure I pass it to you. All right, shalom. We want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh,
Ba'Shem, Yahushai, Ba'Shem Rakakadash.
I want to say double honor to the apostles and the bishop elders of Great Mills Rumble, teaching us in the sincerity.
But they had that other one down there.
Come on, let's move it over there. Yeah. Hey, just bear with us, brothers. We're going to have to move. Yeah, that should be good. Copyright strike. So I can't afford it with copyright strike. That nigga Alizé didn't get a copyright strike on my page, bro.
Yeah, what?
Alazar?
Yeah.
Yeah, he made me get a copy strike on a card. Hold this. On a card.
I'm on. Salakia, just bear with us. We'll be right back on. You know, you got this park and it's pretty crowded. You got all sorts of demons coming out. It's been raining the whole week, so people sees a little bit of sunny. They just want to go and throw a party outside. Like everybody want to listen to their fucking music. But ultimately, you know, spirits getting crazy as we go. You know, as days go by, these wicked spirits, man, they get worse and worse. You know, I was listening to one of the elder brothers, and he was saying how, you know, these spirits, in these last days are gonna get worse and worse. And it's true, man. Because they know that it's, you know, it's the end of the reign of the wicked. Oh, Salakia. And we see those spirits being manifested on people, man. Alright. Always gotta have music, demon.
Yeah.
Like, fuck, man. And I bet they in the house always listening to music.
What bullshit. Nonsense. You got the clip?
No. I thought you grabbed it. No?
I just grabbed. Let me see. Maybe it fell in the car.
Okay.
Hey, brothers can hear. If brothers can hear us, let us know on the comment board. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna flip this around.
You wanna just flip the setup?
No, because
the sun towards us?
yeah, you want yeah, we can do that. All right, again, we want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh,
Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem Rakakadash.
I want to sing a double honor to the apostles and the bishop elders, a great millstone for teaching his word in truth and sincerity and for ruling well. Salutations to the elect, Lord willing, with some of those men and women and children who believe and fear Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. We out here another week, the Wadi Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. We the brothers from Gmshawaii, out here doing what we do, what we're supposed to do. You know, warning our people of the incoming, impending danger and the wrath of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, edifying the body with videos on various topics. One of those major topics is prophecy, history, culture, because that's what the Bible is all about. The Bible is not a book for everybody. It's not a book of every nation's history. It's a book of the history of the Israelites, right from the foundation of the earth. When at one point we were called the sons of God, the sons of power, right? I want to get that real quick. So, you had something?
Well, I had Ezekiel 3 and 17.
Bring it out, bro.
This is the book of Ezekiel 3 and 17. It says, "Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel.
Yeah.
Therefore hear the word of my mouth and give them warning from me.
Right, and that's what we did. How we hear the word from the Lord's mouth through the prophets, through the other prophets, mainly the apostles, the bishop elders. They're prophets too. They're the top prophets, right? The bishops, the apostles, and bishop elders of Great Millstone on down, right? We heard this. Can you read it again, brother?
Ezekiel chapter 3 and 17. Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore hear the word of my mouth and give them warning from me.
So the Lord made us watchmen to the house of Israel. Why is that? Because when the Lord is about to bring judgment, right, he always sent the prophets to warn the people, right, to watch Israel, to warn Israel, right, to what? Also to watch what was coming, those prophecies that were coming, the wrath of the Lord, the judgment of Yahweh that was coming. And a great judgment is coming.
That's right.
By way of the Heavenly Father's only begotten Son, Yahweh Hamashiach, the one who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, who they slander by making him a so-called white man, right? And including the Heavenly Father. They slandered the Most High, Yahweh, by making him a white man, right? Even his people. They said that his people are so-called white people. Those are the people that the world accepts as God's people on this earth today. Those so-called Eastern Europeans who came out of the Caucasus Mountains via the modern countries, Poland, Germany, France, Italy, wherever the fuck they was at, right? Who so-called call themselves Jews, right? So people will wholly accept them. They won't accept the other people that they claim as Jews, like the Ethiopians, the Chinese, the East Indians that's over there, right? As a whole, they'll accept them before they'll accept us as a people of the Lord, right? They have no foundation besides what happened in 1945, and then ultimately what led up to 1948. And you got to understand that all of that was a program. That's all it was. It programmed the world to have what? Overwhelming support and victimization, accepting the victimization of those people. I'm not saying that some people didn't die over there. I'm not saying that the war didn't happen. Clearly those things happen, but not on the scale or the level that they claim, because they're not the Lord's people. And what did them people do when they established that land of Israel today, as you know? Right, they put out more wickedness. Right, they weren't a beacon of light and righteousness. Real quick in Isaiah 14:1. They weren't a beacon for righteousness. Right, they became a beacon for war. Not only war, but destruction and wickedness. And who set that up financially? The Rothschilds. They was the ones that spearheaded that shit, particularly Lionel Rothschild, whom Lord Lionel Rothschild, whom Arthur Balfour wrote that declaration to. And in that declaration, it did not ever mention prophecy of the scriptures. Neither did it mention, first and foremost, it didn't mention the name of the Yahweh Shai. Neither did it mention the prophecies that were pertaining to it. That was a whole land grab. That's all that shit was. They claimed to go looking for other places to relocate the Jews in Europe at the time of World War II. At the end of it, right? They ended up in South America, they ended up in Africa, and all some of weird shit. They never had no plans to do that. They always had plans to take that land. Go ahead, bro.
So the book of Isaiah 14 and verse 1, it says, for the Lord Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land, and the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall have and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob.
Right, and so that they said the Lord was going to do it. It didn't say Lord Rothschild, lowercase Lord. It didn't say Lord Oppenheimer. No, it said the Lord Yahweh with a capital Lord, which when you read that in the Hebrew is Yahweh, which is the Heavenly Father's name, his only name, right? His true name. Okay, and He was going to set us in our own places.
Isaiah 14 and 1, for the Lord Yahweh will have mercy on Jacob.
Clause right there. He's going to have mercy on who? Jacob. Jacob is another name for our people, Israel, Yashar'Allah. He didn't say he was going to have mercy on Edom. He didn't say he was going to have mercy on Moab, Ishmael, Ham, Japheth. None of that shit. He said he was going to have mercy on Jacob. Go ahead.
And yet choose Israel.
And yet choose Israel.
And
I'm sorry. You got it, brother.
And set them in their own land, and the strangers shall be joined with them.
And he's gonna set us in our own land. Why does because you leave it up to the so-called Jays, they said they never lost who they were. They were always in the land, because even before 1917, when the Balfour Declaration was in writing, I believe it had culminated in 1918. You had Jews, a small community of small hats living in there, even real Jews living in there, and Arabs living in there, right? I was going to make a point. And set them in their own land, right, their own land. So let them tell it that land always belonged to them, and they never lost it. But they did. But that land was never theirs. The Lord, why do we need to be set in our own land? Because we're scattered across the world in other people's land. Right? Other people, other nations' land via what? What drove us there? The diaspora, the captivity, most important captivity, and these other nations. They took our people and they had us work their land. And when the times that we were in captivity, major ones when we came back to Israel, particularly after the Babylonian captivity, everybody didn't come back. Every Israelite didn't leave Babylon and go back to Israel. Every Israelite didn't leave the Hellenistic world and go back to Israel. Every Israelite didn't leave the Greco-Roman world and go back to Israel. We were stuck in these lands. We stayed in these lands, right? Just like when we came to America, right? Oh, can't forget Assyria. You had a lot of Jakes stayed in Assyria. Every Jake didn't get on a boat and come to America. You know what I'm saying? And then we came to a land that wasn't ours. Well, that was far, far away from the land that we came from, man. Which is today, it's called the Americas, man. To include the Caribbean islands, man. So this land ain't our land. So we need a place. We need a place. Every nation on this earth got their own land inheritance. Shit, they got more than that, because where they at right now, for the most part, they don't belong there. Right now, we in the land of Japheth. We in the middle of the fucking Pacific, bro. Neither one of us is from here. We live here. We've been, bro. I was telling my woman, man, I've been living almost 20 years, bro. I'm ready to get out of here, bro. I ain't gonna hold it. I'm extremely ready to leave this place, bro. But I know I'm gonna leave when Yahweh want us to leave, man. We're gonna get the fuck up out of here. But this is not my home. I'm not localized. I don't use that local slang. You never hear me catch me saying, talking like Japheth out this motherfucker. Pigeon and shit. That's not gonna happen. It's like then they'll dress me out. They'll, oh, you don't belong here. Get out of here. Nigga, I've been here for 20 years. Longer than half of these motherfuckers being grown. You know what I'm saying? I got here when I was 26, bro. I'm about to be 46, bro. What the fuck? You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get out of here. But hey, guess what? I'm in a land that's not mine. And neither Japheth this ain't Japheth land either. They were pushed here, and that's another lesson for another day. But they were pushed here. Go to China. Moab, the Lord did not give Moab that land, that land mass you call today China, as a land inheritance. If he wanted to do that, he would have did that from the beginning. He did not do that. They slant out ass belong in the Middle East, right? A little slither of land right next to our people, because they're gonna be our servants, they're our slaves, right? Ammon, the Japanese, that big ass island you call Japan today, where they love the law of their technology and their, the cleanliness and all this other weirdo shit they got going on over there. Penis worship, because they do that heavy. Phallus worship and shit over there. That ain't their land. The Lord didn't say, hey, I'm going to give y'all that. Absolutely not. They belong in the Middle East, man.
Right.
Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. Europe, America, North America, South America, wherever the fuck they at, living large on charge. Particularly here in North America, this is not their land inheritance. The Lord did not give that to them. Their land inheritance is Petra, it's a mountainous region with nothing growing in it. That's what the Lord gave their ass. If they anywhere outside of that land, Edom, which they're not even there today, it's
trespassing.
They trespass, that's right, brother. Water. How about shout to this brother? They trespassing, bro. You fucking trespassing. Land don't belong to you. And that's saying where we at right now. We stuck in these lands that the Lord didn't give us. He didn't bless these lands for the sake of the Israelites. Those lands that's we're in today. For him, he didn't say, you know what, I'm gonna lead you to America, and that's gonna be the land I'm gonna bless with milk and honey. And it go far beyond just milk and honey, right? But he didn't. He said no. His land that he chose for us was the land of Israel, man. Starting in Jerusalem, man. That's our land. So the Lord's gonna take us back there. What the fuck you thought we gonna stay? We gonna stay in the wilderness for another 40 years? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. We're not going through that shit again. We gonna get. It's a gathering, but we gonna gather. The Lord's gonna consolidate us after we get them new bodies out there, and from wherever the wilderness is, you know what I'm saying, we gonna spread across the earth and enslave this bitch, man.
Right.
We're gonna have work to do, but it's gonna be fun. Because why? We consolidating our people so we can go home. Yahweh is gonna take us home, and that homeland is gonna be destroyed by nuclear missiles, but it's gonna be built back up by these heathen nations. Not only are we gonna consolidate our people, we're gonna consolidate the world people, those that are still alive. That's what we cripple. And they're gonna walk, nigga. They're gonna walk, or they're gonna take a boat back to Israel, man. Straight up. The Lord said he's gonna dry up the Euphrates rivers. I think it's Euphrates, one of them rivers. I think it's Euphrates River for the kings to walk to Israel, bro.
That's right.
It's hot. That's a hot walk, bro. I've been to Iraq. It's hot as shit. You think this sun beaming on us right now is hot, bro? You ain't never felt 143, 144 degrees. That's bad for this human body. Well, that shit is terrible. And I lived in that shit 3 years, so I know. And it's gonna get more hot. And it's gonna be no water. Ain't gonna no humidity. So it's gonna be like walking in the desert. And we ain't giving you shit. You're not getting no water. You're not getting no food. Your bitch ass gonna walk.
No sunscreen.
No sun, none of that. Your bitch ass gonna walk. Get to walking, and you better hurry the fuck up, cause we got shit to do. You know what I'm saying? You know, you gonna have no watch on our wrist. I'm still tap my wrist. Hey, we got shit to do. I ain't gonna say, hey, we got time. We got more than enough time, but we got shit to do, and I want to get it done. I want to get it started.
That's right.
I want to go home. You know what I'm saying? On my shit. I wanted to. Hey, cause we're the kingdom.
That's right.
See, the world is waiting for a big, massive building, as the Jehovah Witnesses say, to descend from the sky, and then with all the plumbing and shit, Lincoln. And this brother, he knows how to do all the plumbing and shit. Ready to just get snapped in? Absolutely not. We're the kingdom of heaven, man. Yahweh said that the kingdom of heaven is in you. You looking at it, man. And the water to Elder Bishop Knock, he had mentioned that on the live teaching today. He was like, man, we're the kingdom. You looking at it. But they don't believe it. It's okay. But you looking at it. The kingdom's gonna be whatever we want. We got a blueprint. We got certain things that's gonna be. But it's gonna be whatever we want. Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Shai, because in reality, it's what he wants. It's what his son wants. And it's gonna be beautiful. And your ass is gonna get that built. So we got a lot going on. Go ahead and read that, brother.
Real quick, in the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 15, in verse 10, it says, "Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt, but I will bring them with a mighty hand and with a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues again as before, and I will destroy the land thereof." That's right, showing you again that the Lord's gonna what? Bring us out of this place. And where are he gonna take us?
It's gonna get hot. Yeah. Ain't giving time. Salakia, brothers, we fall and moving. We've been doing. I'll give y'all the best quality by maintaining our equipment. I don't want it to overheat. You can move back to the curb. I'm gonna pick this shit up that this people just threw a fucking here, brother. That's all that he had to do. He let the shit lean over so he can dig it. Fucking stab him. Oh, move it up some, brother.
I'm trying to get it in the shade,
Oh,
but
okay. Oh, you got it. Back it up. Back it up. I'll move
yeah, right there is good.
Yeah, it's still in the shade. It's all good. Go ahead and read what you was reading, brother.
This 2nd Edges 15 and verse 10, it says, "Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt, but I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof." That's right. And as we were going into, where is the Lord gonna take us? Back home. Our homeland being what? Israel. And it's not just gonna be what today is the state of Israel, but it's gonna be what He promised our forefather Abraham, man.
Yep,
and even larger.
Yeah,
that's where we're going back to.
Yep.
To what the Lord assigned to the Israelites to dwell in, man.
Yeah. Because that's the choice land on the earth. Go to 2nd Ezra chapter 5, I believe verse 23 or 24. The Lord, it's beautiful. Apostle Gabar did a video laying back in off of the live stream preaching that Elder Pashai and I want to say, I was going to call him God. Elder Hawaii and the other brother from Gmshawaii did yesterday, and it was called "Hey, the Most High has favorites, man." And he said that's something that's a secret. A lot the world don't understand that. See, in this world, we taught that the one the world ignorantly calls God and ignorantly calls Jesus, that they love everything and everybody, right? And people call themselves loving every goddamn thing. In reality, they don't even love everything. The Most High, in reality, Yahweh Bashim Shai does have favorites, right? He has a lot of favorite things, man. Particularly a favorite land. Go ahead and read that.
This the book of 2nd Edges, chapter 5 and verse 24. It says,
Let's start at 23.
2nd Edges 5 and 23.
Yeah.
It says, "And said, O Lord, that bearest rule of every wood of the earth, and of all the trees thereof, thou hast chosen thee one only vine."
Yeah, which that's that wine, that grape wine, right? That wine tree, which that we make wine out of the grapes. Go ahead.
"And out of all lands of the whole world."
Salakia, because I know in the past I jumped up the one and I was like, oh yeah, that's the olive tree. No, it's not the olive tree. It's the grapevine. Apostle Gabar had brought it out yesterday. You know what I'm saying? So that's that vine that the Lord loves. Go ahead.
Verse 24.
I'm sorry, read 23 again.
2nd Edges 5 and 23. "And said, O Lord, that bearest rule of every wood of the earth, and of all the trees thereof, thou hast chosen thee one only vine. And out of all lands of the whole world, thou hast chosen thee one pit.
Yeah.
And out of all the flowers thereof, one lily."
So all the flowers that you can bring up in the world, the one that the Most High loves the most is the lily. All the lands, all the pits in the world you can choose, which is these different lands. The Most High chose the land of Israel. For who? For His people. Because those are His favorite things. I'm sorry, read that again, brother.
2nd Edges 5 and 24. "And of all the lands of the whole world, thou hast chosen thee one pit."
Yep, all the lands. When people make a big deal about America, oh, America's the greatest. America is the greatest place on earth, but we just gotta be there for a while, brother. America is it. It's so beautiful. It's so princeous and all this other shit.
The new Zion, some Jays.
Yeah, they say that America is new Israel. You know what I'm saying? You got a little toothpaste on the side of your mouth right here, bro. It's all right. It happens to me too. Happens to, hey, players fuck up. So yeah, so like you said, they say America is Israel, it's a new Israel. Niggas talking about Africa. As big as Africa is, the most I said, fuck Africa, bro. His favorite land is in the whole wide world is the land of Israel. Go ahead.
Well, and of all the flowers thereof, one lily, and out of all the depths of the sea, thou hast filled thee one river.
Yeah, you got Mississippi River, you got the Nile River, you got the Euphrates, the Tigris, you got all kinds of rivers. You got the oceans, the Pacific and the Atlantic. That's what they call those names, right? Those different oceans, right? And people make a big deal. Oh, it's so beautiful, right? Not at all. The Most High's favorite river is the Jordan,
Right.
right? Which all of that land is polluted right now because of Esau. When we get back home, that land, the Jordan River, going to be clear as crystal clear. It's going to have the most, the most purified water that you could ever have. It's going to be running through the Jordan River. Right?
And out of all builded cities, thou hast hallowed Zion unto thyself.
Yeah, which is Jerusalem. Go ahead.
And of all the fowls that are created, thou hast named thee one dove.
Right, which that dove, you people make fun of. Today you call it a pigeon, right? And there's different variations of that, but that particular dove is that pigeon that flies in the cities, right. Mainly where we live at. Go ahead. It's a lot of beautiful birds on the planet, but they ain't what the Lord chose. Go ahead.
And of all the cattle that are made, thou hast provided thee one sheep.
You got bulls, you got cows, you got rams, you got goats, you got all kinds of cattle on the earth, man. But the Most High's favorite cattle is that sheep.
Right. Okay. And among all the multitudes of people, thou hast gotten thee one people.
I'm glad you brought that up. This grandpa Gmshawaii came out because you got a lot of people on this earth. And a lot of these people, because they're in power, they assume that they're the Heavenly Father's favorite. They even went so far as to create a visage, because they don't know what the Most High looked like. We do. We know what he looked like because he looked like his son, Yahushua. But they took his visage and they actually said that he looks like them. So they don't even believe in the Most High the way we believe in the Lord. None of these nations. But these people said that if there is a God, he has to look like them. If God does have a son, his son has to look like them, even though that same image keeps changing over time, right? You had the Cesare Borgia look, you had the Charles Manson look, then you had the short hair version, right? Looking like Kenny Rogers, you know what I'm saying? Or Michael McDonald, that look. Then he turned into an Arab,
Yep.
right? Then he turned into a Puerto Rican. Yeah. Right? But the point of the matter is that they said that he looks like them. That was the image that was pushed on people via murder. I was playing this game called Assassin's Creed Shadows, man. And one of the characters in there is a Jake. He was a slave, man. His name is Yusuke, right? And he that's his Japanese name, his samurai name. He had a Hebrew name. I can't remember it though. But he had a Hebrew name. If you listen to how they say his name, it's Hebrew. But he came from West Africa, clearly. And there's a scene where he don't like to talk about his experience on the slave ships. But the Templars had enslaved him and his mother. And I guess they found some paperwork or something. And then this dude, this Edomite, this Spaniard, Edomite, straight up Edomite, bro. He was not no Puerto Rican, Mexican looking dude. No, he was an Edomite with a Spanish name. And this nigga kicked the door open and shit and saw him in his office. And then he shot the dude mom in the head, like in the game. So this dude was on a vendetta to get this nigga, like, I'm gonna fucking kill the shit out this nigga. When I get him, when I get my hands on him, he found out he was also in Japan too. And he ended up smoking that nigga. Well, he ain't smoking, cut his fucking head off. That's what I meant to that portion of the game. Well, I forgot why I brought that up. I was gonna make a point. What was I gonna say? We were talking about something.
That the Lord loves one people. We're speaking about the Lord has chosen one people.
Yeah,
and
so
he also put his visage on
yeah, the water, brother. The water. Yeah, he put it, the water Yahweh Shah. he put his viscera on the Most High. So in the joint, right? His mom still was holding on to the West African idols. It was a cow, a bull's head on her chain. It would look like one of these chains, right? But it had a bull's head on it, right? So you know she was in idolatry. Then this dude, when they were taking over Japan in the game, they took even Amen's culture away from them by introducing them Christianity. So then they went from having worshiping their idols, Buddha and all that other shit, to having crosses on their necks and shit. Mind you, this dude, this is what they brought. They brought Christianity. They brought an image of the one they even called God and Jesus Christ with them, like in their hand, right? It was a so-called white man, right? The same white man that they claim these people were supposed to be religious, this dude they killed, he had a big-ass cross on his fucking, a Templar cross on his chest, armor and shit. And this dude, this is Christianity. You see? So here it is now in 2025, they want to use Christianity and talk about love and acceptance. Mind you, for decades, these people never went into the scriptures the way they see the apostles and the bishop elders and the brothers on down a great millstone going into the scriptures. Never. Never once did they do, they went into the last, 45 now. When I was like 33. So it's like 12 years. Now you're starting to see these Christians want to go into the Bible. They want to go out on the streets. They want to talk about who salvation is for. But they was never doing that before, bro.
Never.
Right? They were pushing that white supremacy. Right? And everything that we learned in this whole world, it all goes back to so-called white supremacy, Edomite supremacy. Everything. From what you worship, to who you believe, and who you worship, to where you go, to how you act, how you talk, it's all coming through the lens of an Edomite. And he's going to pay for that shit for that. That's blasphemy of the Holy Spirit, for real. Because the Holy Spirit is truth. And this dude put lies up. You Edomites did that shit. And you said that you are God's favorite people. Anybody that looks like you is the one you ignorantly call God. I hate using God and Jesus, because those are not no names for our power. But you said this. You said that you put that spirit of Edomite energy on every damn thing, man. And you said that you the Lord's favorite people. Come to find out, the Most High hates you, man. Right. And you hate the Lord's people. And you hate the Most High. You show that hatred by the hatred that you push on these people on this sign right here. Right? They so far, the majority of people on this sign so far going into white supremacy, they're never going to come back until they die. Right. They're not going to come back on this side, meaning they're not going to come back to their mind, their right mind. Because they're so lost in the sauce. I was watching a video Apostle Hard did this morning. It was a response video to Captain Cesario from the ISUPK. He was on the phone with some knuckleheaded Jake who was trying to convince him that salvation is for every nation. And he was using scriptures, but they were the wrong scriptures, because none of the scriptures said that salvation is for every other nation. Then he kept talking about, he tried to get caught up saying, well, they say that the other nation's not going to be in the kingdom. No, he never said that. And he even said that. They are going to be in the kingdom. Absolutely. But are they going to be enjoying life like they are today in this kingdom? Absolutely not. They're going into slavery. They're going into captivity. They're going into fucking, what is it called? They're going into oblivion, nigga. That's what the fuck they going into. Yeah, you worried, and then like Apostle R said, that God not worried about the other nations. He's not worried about Elam, Moab, the Chinese, Japanese. He ain't worried about the Japhetic people. He worried about the white man. Because these niggas think they cannot exist on this earth without the so-called white man being a part of their life. But what has the white man done to you and for you in your life as you live? But nothing but oppress you, man. But you love your master so much. You love your idol, Esau Edom, so much. Your father, the devil, so much that you just can't live without him. You just gotta have him. And it ain't even just the white. It ain't like he just need the white woman. No, he want the white man. And he's worried about him. He's worried about this nigga. I'm like, look, nigga, we watching a house burn, nigga, and this nigga's in there. And you like, we gotta get him out. Fuck you. Let that nigga burn in there. Who gives a fuck about him, man?
The one that set it on fire.
Yeah, the one that set it on fire. What the fuck? Who gives a fuck, man? Fuck this nigga, man. But Jake don't think that way. And that's because of what the white man did. He told you that you are not God's favorite people. Never mind all the natural gifts that Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is giving his people. even their oppression. Never mind all the intellectual ingenuity, intellectual prowess that he's giving these people on this side right here. Never mind the strength, the physical strength to endure damn near 1,000 years of hardcore captivity. Because that's what it was. Because people like to start with the captivity in America. Oh yeah, 16, 19, 400 years, we gonna be in it. Nigga, our people have been in captivity, bro. The Portuguese had Jake in captivity 400 years, way before England got into the slave trade. They don't tell you that. They don't tell you how they destroyed Jakes that were worshiping Islam and Christianity and Judaism all throughout Spain, man. They don't tell you about none of that shit. So get the fuck out of here. You can miss me with that. And then we talk about the major captivities, the Assyrian, Babylonian, the Persians and the Mede, the Greek, right? The Roman captivity. Because we were in captivity. We were nothing more than a vassal state during the time of Yahushua was walking the earth. Right? We were semi-autonomous, meaning that the Romans, they had their hand in our pockets, while our leaders had their hand on Edom's dick, fucking ball sack, right? And they allowed Jake to do certain things until shit got out of control, i.e. a lot of the revolts that was happening, and they was fucking up their money because they were using Judah. The house of Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, they were using Judah as a purse for their wars and for their many architectural feats, man. Them niggas was broke. Yeah. They was broke when they couldn't get that money from the Persians and the Mede, because what's this nigga name? Antiochus Epiphanes came back mad as shit. And he turned his sights on Jake. Like, man, I'm about to run up in there. You can read about this in the book of Maccabees. I'm about to run up in here and I'm gonna take all that shit. Yeah, I'm gonna take all that. He tried to bully us, man. And what the Most High do? Kill that nigga bitch ass, man. That's right. From the inside out. Did a nigga wanna plead his case? I'm gonna be a Jew, man. I'm gonna be a Jew just like you. All the stuff that I said I was gonna do, I'm not gonna do. Mind you, if the Most High would have saved him, nigga, he would have did all that shit and then some. The fuck out of here, bro. Your intention was never good. But see, y'all like to see Esau want to be everything that's great with the world, never everything that's wrong with the world. All your great leaders were nothing but despots, idolatrous, murderers, lying, stealing demons. All the people that you love, all the people from all them Roman Caesars to all them fucking United States presidents, including Barry Soetoro, aka Barack Obama, that fucking Hamite. That piece of shit. All them niggas was nothing but liars, warlocks, demons, right? Murderers, sexual offenders, sexual deviants. All these people that you put up on, we walk around, you got states and cities named after these motherfuckers, man. Washington, Jackson, Franklin. Oh man, that nigga Ben Franklin, man, he was a fucking mad scientist, man. Jefferson this, Jefferson that, Johnson this and Johnson that, Trump this and Trump that. All them niggas ain't nothing but murderous liars. Get Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 15.
Habakkuk 2 and verse 15, and it reads, "Woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink, that putteth thy bottle to him, and makest him drunken also, that thou mayest look on their nakedness."
Salakia, I wanted the one where it says, it's the same chapter, spewing. Just type in spewing. S-P-E-U. S-P-E-W-I-N-G. Yeah, that's it.
Oh, that was a nice word.
Yeah, kind of.
Well, thou art filled with shame for glory. Drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered.
Yeah.
The cup of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai's right hand shall be turned unto thee, and shameful spewing shall be on thy glory.
So all Esau's glory is a shameful spewing behind that shit. There's nothing honorable about any of that, right? On top of the fact that this dude's a prideful monster. He believes that he, through his own power and his ingenuity, he set this thing up the way it's going. You could go to the super elite. That's how they think. Oh, all things are going to our plans, just like we said, just like Satan gave us in the facts. That all these things are going right. Nah, nigga, all this is set up by Yahweh Shah, bro. It's pushing for a prophecy, man. Right. I did a lesson a couple nights ago called you Can't Stop the Prophet or the Prophecies, man. Everything that's happening right now is going as the plans to Yahweh Shah's will. Everything. Right? But these elites, they think that they're behind them. They're the machine runners, right? They're the conductors behind the machine. And in reality, they're not. And they're playing right into the Lord's hands. And they can't stop it even if they wanted to. Even if they wanted to. The Most High got them so good, he got them sitting up so high that they really believe it's them. Right? There's the whole mark of the beast, digital ID system that's about to come. They believe that this is the ingenuity of their scientists, priests, high priests, and warlocks. They really believe that shit, right? And they really believe, they got you thinking that this dude Trump is calling the shots, right? He's the guy. He ain't calling shit. That nigga take orders. Just like the rest of them presidents do. And if they act up, they'll get smoked. Them niggas, every president since JFK been scared as shit to go up against them super elites after what they did to him. They made that nigga a fucking, they made that nigga murder public and kept showing it. So everybody can see. You fuck around and find out if you want to. But these niggas think they have power over life and death. When it was the Lord that sanctioned that man's death. Yahweh Shai wanted him to go out like that.
Right.
That's why that happened. He went out like that before, when he was Lincoln. Ain't the first bullet that nigga caught to the dome. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like he was righteous. Right. You know what I'm saying? Who the fuck? That nigga, you ain't getting high up in this society and not wicked. Right? He tried to set his brother up and post him up, and his whole family was behind it. That's how wild this shit is. RFK, his son right now is in Trump's cabinet. What's his nigga? Robert F. Kennedy's son. I think that's his name too. He's in the cabinet. All niggas are insiders, bro. Because if the super elite really didn't give a fuck about that nigga family and they didn't want his family to be any marquee people anymore, they would have wiped all of them out and got rid of them. But they didn't. His brother Ted Kennedy was still in office as a senator until he died of brain cancer. His fucking his daughters, his sisters was high up in the elite echelon of politics and shit. They want you to believe that they didn't know what the fuck was going on. His wife was in on it, bro. Jacqueline Kennedy. His wife was in on that shit, bro. They sacrificed his son, JFK Jr. and his wife. They'll tell y'all that. Them niggas, they with that shit. They not above killing their own. And that goes for all these elite politicians, political houses, man. They all with the shits, man. RFK ain't gonna be no fucking president. You ain't, for what? You ain't the type of guy that could garner the world's attention. He's shaking and shit every time you talk. Sound like he's getting electrocuted and shit every time you talk. You know what I'm saying? And they're like, no, we need another Edomite. We want Trump, man. We want that bitch ass nigga. We want him. And they got him. And he's with it. Yeah. They all on the same type time. None of these guys are righteous. All their glory is shameful spewing, man. And it's coming out. And it's gonna keep coming out. Until it's ultimately exposed when they asses in chains. You got it, brother.
This is real quick in the book of Job 12 and verse 16. It says, with him is strength and wisdom with the Most High. It says, the deceived and the deceiver are his. So all of this, like the brother was going into, is the plan of who? Of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah. You know, the Lord's moving the minds of these leaders to fulfill what? His word. Not their own, not what they've planned, but what he has designed for prophecy's sake, man. And this is what we're seeing. That's why the scriptures say, what? Measure thou the time diligently. And how do we do that? Through prophecy, because those are the cues that the Lord gave us to know, like, you know what, this is about to be over, man. Mm-hmm. The elite really believe that nobody sees them, that nobody has the inside of what they're doing. And through the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, the true prophets of the Lord, we know what's going to happen, man. We can't tell you, well, the plan is this specifically and this guy's going to know. But we know what's coming overall.
Yeah, because really,
The details and all this, how it's playing out, those are not important.
Yep.
What's important is that prophecy is being fulfilled. So whatever details that's inside of that, inside of the plans that Yahweh Shem Shai has in motion, that's null and void because it's still prophecy going.
Yep.
We see the result of those things, i.e., the MOTB, the mark of the beast. We see how these nations right now they're purposely throwing their countries into the fucking toilet so that they can forward this MOTB system. It's not about just printing money up and giving it to people and allowing people to live the life. Because if Trump did that shit, these people would be happy. They wouldn't be walking around here protesting against this dude. They'd be happy. But no, they want to tank the dollar, right? They want to weaken the dollar. So what they doing? They fucking up the trade. They purposely, not just America, but China and other countries, they purposely fucking up their trade relations so they can get it popping, right? And really, people making a big deal. I had watched this video last week, and I had shared it with Elder Rafael Plum. One of the guys said that he says that China is 83% of the news, but only 3% of the trade that America has. Only 3%. So people making a big deal about 3% trade, niggas going all crazy about these luxury items that always been cheap, made cheap and sold at a higher rate. You ain't making a big deal about that shit. Like that's it. Like China's trade goes far beyond clothes and manufacturing. It goes far beyond that. And it's only 3% of America's trade between both of those countries. So really, why would you be making a big deal about 3%? It don't matter if this nigga say he gonna charge him 250,000% tariff rates. It don't matter because it's not affecting them. It's affecting them U.S. companies that's doing business in China via their cheap labor system that they created during the time of Mao in the 70s, man. Right? Don't people making a big deal about China like everybody in China getting it. You worried about their fucking levitating cars and electric cars and all this other bullshit. But them people that's in China that gotta build that shit, they ain't reaping the benefits out of that shit. Them motherfuckers get paid $100 a month, man. Can you imagine Americans getting paid $100 a month? Niggas will run up in the office and kill everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They'll kill everybody. You feel me? But y'all niggas don't understand. People don't understand what's going on. What's happening now is that they're forwarding their agenda, that New World Order agenda. And the New World Order, you ain't gonna have no need for Louis Vuitton. You ain't gonna have no need for a $38,000 bag.
That's right. What they're doing is, restructuring the economic system, man.
Yeah.
To the point where you're gonna need to pretty much depend on government assistance, everybody, man. Unless you're one of the, top rich people in America, like, you can't even call it high middle class no more, man. Because even high middle class Americans can't even make it, So unless you're like up there, with the rich, you're gonna have to depend on fucking on government assistance, and that's what they're doing with all this trade wars that are happening, man. Because that's all it is, they're purposely, destroying the economy, man. So that even if you have a six-figure income job, you still struggling, man. So that they can roll out that UBI, a system based on UBIs and government help.
Listen to this, bro. Come around here, bro. Listen to this. This is a video I shared on the 14th. And listen to this. I found this off of TikTok. A billionaire investor is worried about something worse than a recession.
Do you think it is likely that the United States will dip into a recession because of President Trump's tariffs?
I think that right now we are at a decision-making point and very close to a recession. And I'm worried about something worse than a recession if this isn't handled well. A recession is 2 negative quarters of GDP, and whether it goes slightly there, we always have those things. We have something that's much more profound. We have a breaking down of the monetary order. We are going to change the monetary order because we cannot spend the amounts of money, so we have that problem. And when we talk about the dollar and we talk about tariffs, we have that. We are having profound changes in our domestic order, how ruling is existing, and we're having profound changes in the world order. Such times are very much like the 1930s. I've studied history, and this repeats over and over again. So if you take tariffs, if you take debt, if you take the rising power challenge,
I just wanted to bring that out. He told you that they're about to change the money system, bro.
That's right.
And this is what we talking about. And this is prophecy, man. He said they're about to change the way things work. He kept using that word order, a new order, world order, economic order, all that shit. Those are buzzwords for the new world order system.
That's right.
So this is what people don't understand. It ain't about the terrorists. Those are just a means to an end. They're about to change the financial system from a fiat system, which you're using today, to a digital all system, right? Which it ain't gonna be no more millionaires and billionaires and 100,000-aires, middle class. It's gonna be the haves and the have-nots. That's it. Those that are super elite, wealthy, and everybody else is poor and living on a ration system. That's it. Right? Nike ain't coming to America to build Nike shoes. Right? Because if they did, you wouldn't be able to charge $100 for a pair of tennis shoes that was made for 15 cents. Right? Less than $30. Real talk, man.
You have like $1,000 Nikes and
Yeah.
shit. $2,000.
Niggas be spending like $48,000 on a pair of Nikes that was made for what? Less than $10, man. All because they made that shit exclusive. You're not gonna have that shit in the New World Order. You're gonna have 1 or 2 shoes that you can choose from. It's the same way they got it in the military. You got 1 or 2 boots you can choose from. You got 1 or 2 uniforms you can choose from. That's it. This is your uniform. It's what you wear every day. Everybody's wearing this. You know what I'm saying? Your food that you eat is gonna be on a ration system.
Right.
Right? So you ain't gonna get the plethora of different dainty goods that you can choose from like you do in these stores today. It's gonna be few and far in between. Meats. You ain't gonna be able to get real meat. You're gonna be eating that impossible shit. Right? It's impossible that this shit is really meat. It's impossible that this shit is really nutritious and good for your body. Because they don't want you in this system anyway. The vast majority of the people, they expect them to die. All these fucking useless eaters running around here, man. Lauding themselves with their families and their food. And look, they got like 6 or 7 people in the car. Guess what? Imagine having to feed all them motherfuckers. That's a lot. And not only feed them, but you got to feed them what they like.
Yeah.
So they got the power of choice. Not in the new system. You get a ration system. So if you want to have 1,000 fucking kids, well, you only get a certain amount of money for the month, and that's all you gonna get. Kill yourself. Eat your kids.
That's right.
Straight up.
Or sell them. Sell them to the establishment.
Sell them to the establishment, to the highest bidder. And it ain't gonna be a lot of money. Because it ain't gonna be money. It's gonna be digital currency, man. RFID chips. RFID chips. They're gonna be. That's what it's gonna be. Y'all don't understand that the system is changing, and people think that it's supposed to stay the same. A lot of these companies are firing all these workers because they're useless in a new system. You're gonna have no need to send 1,000 people to fucking college. You got a surplus of nurses. You got a surplus of lawyers. You got a surplus. And these lawyers ain't gonna be. They're not gonna reach the highest echelons of the justice system to become judges. Right? Supreme Court. No. Oh, you gotta be tapped in to be doing that kind of shit. So you got a surplus of all these useless jobs, employment things going on. Right? They need contractors, construction workers and shit like that. You don't want to do that. Especially on women. All these women care about is living a dainty life. High, what's it called? A high, not high value, but just a high life. Yeah, luxurious lifestyle. Right? They want the most reward with the little work, the least amount of work.
They want to go to school, get a master's degree, and then just be the top CEO of the country. Like the brother said, a surplus of all these jobs that people supposedly want to get into, man. And the jobs that are available, those you don't want to do.
Yeah.
So what's gonna happen with all these people, man? They ain't gonna be like, yeah, I'm a work. Nah, well, what's the government gonna do about it? Whatever solution you have for us, I guess we'll take that.
That's all you're gonna get, because you don't have the truth. So you're gonna fall right into this man's deception. And they're gonna crash the dollar. The dollar is supposed to. It's ran its course. All right? In the new system, everything is gonna be on a blockchain. And the blockchain is an accurate ledger, the most accurate ledger that they ever had. Because they want to be the most high. They want to know what you spend your money on, where you spend your money at, how you spend your money. They already got most of the information via these social network systems that they set up for the people that's on them.
Your credit cards, all of that.
I was up looking.
That shit is crazy.
I was up looking at looking for a quote for a new windshield for my car and shit. Man, as soon as I get off of that shit, I go on Instagram, on TikTok. All of a sudden, all this shit about fucking windshields just start popping up. Oh, you want a new windshield? Don't do this, do this. Use this glue. I'm like, man, fuck you, man. But see, that's because they watching you.
Yeah.
They're watching your purchases, what you spending your money on, how you spending it. That's what the new system is going to be all about. And you got women with like 1,000 kids. Them people are going to be useless. They only need about 1 or 2 of them. That's useful. Everybody else can die, including her fat ass. All you women out here, you walking around in a large state of delusion. Oh, my man need to make. You don't even understand what 200,000 look like after taxes. You think a nigga gonna take you out on a date and tell you how much he make? $10,000. I mean $100,000, $200,000. Like he just got $200,000 to spend on you and your funky ass kids. By 1,000 other weird ass niggas that you just had to support your lifestyle. Here it is, this bitch weigh a fucking ton, got a bonnet on her head, been wearing the same funky tights all fucking week, talking about something, just what he need to have. Like he like, in what world has that ever happened? Not in this world. You know what I'm saying? Not even drug dealer niggas that was getting 100 G's a week was doing shit like that for fat bitches back then. They couldn't ask for nothing. Or the hoe, or the neighborhood hoe that everybody done ran through. You think that nigga's gonna wipe that up? Fuck you, man. But they got everybody's walking around in a high state of delusion. That's what it said that was going to happen in the world. It said people are going to be loving of themselves and of money more than the Most High.
Right. Because even these so-called millionaires, you got people out here that, oh yeah, I'm worth these many millions. Well, your companies are worth all of this and your real estate and all that shit, but you're not liquid, man. So if Esau destroyed the economy, guess what? Your companies are going bankrupt.
Yep.
They're gonna repo your cars, repo your fucking homes.
Yep.
Your tenants that can't pay the fucking rent.
Yep.
So you back to zero, man.
Yeah, because you gonna default on that mortgage. What you think in the new system they're gonna have a bunch of landlords running around here, flossing their big ass Bentleys and all this stuff, Rolls Royces and shit, and while they driving by, this all about properties. Because no, nigga, you ain't gonna have no properties, bro. Your loan, you're gonna default on them loans. The bank's gonna take those houses. The bank's gonna take those real estate investment properties. They gonna take all of that shit, nigga. And you going back to zero. Because you serve no purpose in the new world order. The only purpose you're gonna serve is as a fucking slave.
That's right.
That's how they setting it up. That's why you notice that whenever something's about to crash, they allow niggas to get into it. Niggas and spigots. They allow blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans to hop on it when it's that time. Because they're about to crash it.
That's right.
Esau done got everything he wanted out of it. You're getting nothing.
That's right.
The new system is not about luxury living, high life living, grandiose living. That's why these people going to start selling their own people out so they can get a bigger piece, a bigger slice of whatever they got coming.
That's right. This is why, I'll bring this out real quick in the book of Revelation 13, in verse 16, it says, and he causeth all. How is he going to cause all to what? Both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in the right hand or in their foreheads. So he's going to cause everybody to receive that mark. And how is he going to do it? It says, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. So he's gonna do it through what? Through economics, man. You need the economy to live in this world that Esau created, man. And that's something that people don't understand. People think they could just, well, I'll go off grid. And no, man. All these lands, Esau claimed them, and he wrote legislation to where you can't do nothing without his fucking permission, man.
In the Amplified Version, verse 16, Revelation 13:16, it says, also he compels all and small,
And he compels all, the small and the great, the rich and the poor, the free men and the slaves, to be given a mark on their right hand or on their forehead, signifying their allegiance to the beast system, which is the beast system. Because that's what you're doing when you take that shit, right? Regardless of why you took it. Oh, I was hungry. My kids needed to eat. Oh, we couldn't buy and sell. Because that's the major thing. Everything you do in this world is transactionary, right? So you have to buy and sell all things in this society. When you want to get a new car, your old car, you got to sell it. So you can buy a new car, a so-called new car, right? If you want to, if you own a business, you're selling your, well, no, if you're an employee, you're selling your labor so that you can
get money to buy the things that you need. So you're not, just like they had that whole new system during the time of the pandemic, right? They just came out of the woodworks with a QR code system out of nowhere. Everybody had QR codes everywhere, right? That shit was already pre-organized so that they knew that it was coming, so they can have these things developed. So when the financial system collapsed and crushed and falls, right, they're gonna come in, oh, well, we got this new digital system, new CBD system, a new CBD system that we've been working on for years. And now this is the perfect opportunity for it to work. But in order for it to work, you gotta get the microchip. That's the only way you're gonna be able to buy in a new system, to sell in a new system, to take part in a new system. But it was already written in the scriptures that, hey, those that do this thing, they're gonna be destroyed. But anyway, it says signifying their allegiance. So when you take this chip, you saying that you're allied to Esau's new system. And we here at Great Millstone, starting with our apostles and bishop elders and brothers on down, we don't plan on taking that shit. Absolutely not. Because our allegiance is to Yahweh by Yahweh Shah. Our allegiance is not to this devil and his system.
That's right.
All right? It don't matter if we hungry. It don't matter if we can't buy or sell. It don't matter if we can't take part in the new system.
It does not matter. But for the average people that's without, it's going to matter to them. And it showed you a great example of that when people had to go get their juice.
People wanted to take part in the system so bad that they harmed themselves so that they could take part in the system as it came. And then what happened? 5 years later, there ain't nobody even talking about that shit no more. And you don't even need the juice to go nowhere. You don't got to show proof of your cards or nothing. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to do none of that shit no more. At that point, people thought it was gonna be a way of life.
Yep.
From that here on out. But guess what? Fauci disappeared back into the wind. You know what I'm saying? You don't even see that nigga. He's in the smoke, chilling with his woman, eating good, laughing at you niggas that took that shit. That's still getting boosted up. You took the jab and the boost mobile after that. You know what I'm saying?
Where's they at? Where's that? Where's all the 6 feet? Staying 6 feet between. There's women jumping on floors in some places you go to, because they might bring it back.
But for the most part, it ain't shit. It's overcrowding everywhere. Yo, people just standing arm in arm,
coughing and sweating and spitting on each other. It's so bad now. It's so bad now that people ain't even thinking about communal diseases no more, bro. They use that shit as a beta test for the new shit that's coming,
Right.
which is going to be that shit. And you ain't gonna be able to fake that in the new system,
right? They ain't gonna give no paper cards. They want to see the chip in your hand. They want to see you swipe your hand across this barcode scanner. Okay, now you can eat, but you can only buy this amount. You're gonna be in that much more slavery. That's why everything is getting locked up in stores, right? Everything that you need,
you gotta get help for it. You gotta scan it. New system, man.
So again, it says Revelation 13 and 16, it says, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name.
Yeah.
So, you know, this is coming whether you like it or not, man. And how is Esau going to establish this? Through chaos, man. And this is where order out of chaos. That's what they believe in, you know. And this is where Jacob's trouble comes in at, you know, because all this judgment, because ultimately that's what it is. It's judgment for the unbelievers, man, of our people. All this judgment that's coming is for those that don't believe in Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah.
Yeah.
Those that don't have faith in the Lord, that are gonna ultimately bow their knee to Baal, man.
Yeah. Yeah, and they're gonna do that by giving up their selves to this beast system. Right? You got these Christians, they want to argue about nonsensical things and rhetoric, but these the same people, they gonna take that shit. These non-believing people, these Christians, Muslims, anti-messiahs, they all gonna take that shit and die. Right? You arguing about who's gonna be in the kingdom, who's not gonna be in the kingdom. You better worry about who's gonna survive and not survive the wrath of the Lord when it comes.
That's right.
That's the shit you need to be worried about, right? Oh, these guys, the brother, we had sent each other clips from the same video. These fucking Latin games, these niggas talking about, they trying to make being a Hebrew Israelite the same thing as what they do. Talking about we're gonna have to do some human sacrifice in the end at the very top. You fucking crazy, nigga. We get a living sacrifice. The scripture says, make yourself a living sacrifice, man. You ain't gotta kill nobody to get, ain't no other level, nigga. This is the highest level you're gonna get.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And you ain't gotta sacrifice your brother's life, your mother's life, your sister's life, your child's life. You ain't gotta go out and steal and rob and kill and cause harm to somebody. You at the highest level when you wake up to this truth and accept this whole 100% truth. That's the highest level you're gonna get. The Lord don't need just your filthy blood. He don't need your filthy body to be put to death so that you can show that you down. We're gonna do a lesson on that shit because you niggas is wicked. You trying to muddy up the waters so that Jake won't wake up to the truth because you see what's happening. Right? This ain't no game. Right? This ain't no get along gang. This ain't no fucking hangout. This is the truth, man.
That's right.
That's all. That's what this is, man. And you Jakes in the world, you're against the truth, right? You with the devil. You love lies. So you're gonna accept the lies that he gives you, because the Lord wants you to accept it so you can die, nigga. There is gonna be a sacrifice. Your ass, nigga.
That's right.
There's gonna be a blood sacrifice. 2/3 along with these fucking heathens here in America, right? And the reason why you're gonna die because you took that chip and you came up against the Lord's people, his men.
That's right.
His elect. Go ahead, bro.
This is the book of 2 Ezra 16 and verse 17. It says, woe is me, who will deliver me in those days?
Yeah, because all hell is gonna be breaking loose. And Ezra saw all these things that we're living in today, especially the time of trouble. And who's going to deliver him? Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah. Because Ezra is here today. We don't know where that brother is. We know he in the truth. We know he got to be a part of Great Millstone. Right? Could be this brother. Could be you, brother. One of you brothers. But he's here.
Right.
Right? Back then he didn't have the whole understanding. Now he's back. He has the understanding. Who's going to save him when all these troubles come? Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah. Because he's part of the elect. Ezra is not going to get lost. The only one that the Lord lost was the son of perdition. Anybody that was with us and they went back into the world, or they went and did their own thing, they were not of us. They were just jumping in the truth so they can get hit with more stripes. That was it. They could have been some of the men that killed brothers back in the past. Snuck up in the truth, was spying for the wicked scribes and Pharisees. Now these niggas spying for Esau, right? Got our numbers, got our information, got our addresses and shit. Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah is gonna kill you, nigga.
That's right.
You're gonna die a grievous death, the worst death that a man could ever have, man. It was best that you never even heard of the truth, but then to come to the truth and then go back into your own filth, nigga.
That's right.
You should have just died in it. You should stay in the world smoking weed, robbing niggas, the same shit you've been doing. Your deviant sexual behavior, You should have just kept doing that shit, nigga. Bitch ass nigga.
Right. It says, the beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death.
Yeah, people gonna be starving. And that's how you gonna compel a lot of you people to get down with that MOTB system.
Right.
You got all these people. See, it was advantageous for you to have all these. I'm talking about these women right now, these so-called single mothers. It was advantageous for you for a long time in this world for you to have all these children by all these different men, right? And to kick them out, to run them off, to close them out, so that you can benefit from Esau's system. Now, you're gonna have to feed these little motherfuckers somehow, some way. So now, in order for you to do that, you're gonna have to get that chip. You're gonna be compelled to get that chip because your kids gotta eat and you gotta eat, right? You wanna eat these non-nutritious foods that you've been having, you've been eating these dainty goods. It was advantageous for you, but in the new system, prior to it being established, it ain't gonna be advantageous for you. So people gonna be starving to death. People gonna be turning to cannibalism. When I say people, I'm talking about you people on the side right here. 2/3 of you, man. Fuck the other nations, man. Right? You Jakes, you want to be a part of that. So they're gonna tell you to go to your nearest stadium, go to your nearest shipping station location to get that C-hip. And you're gonna see the lines gonna be long as fuck. People gonna be arguing. Wow, I ain't get my chip today. What the fuck, man? I stayed out here all morning. I ain't eat yet, man. I'm hungry.
And you know, and Esau, you know, he programmed you to be a gluttonous.
Yep.
You know, and just eat all day, be entertained.
Yep.
You know, have a easy life, man. And in the new system, man, it's not gonna be like that.
Nope.
You're just gonna be rationed out food, and that's it, man. And a lot of you are gonna suffer from famine, having food.
Yeah.
It's not, your body's gonna keep asking you. That's when people are gonna lose it. Start robbing people, doing more wickedness.
Kicking
man.
in doors, kicking in your neighbor's doors. All of that's written in the scriptures, man.
That's right.
A man killing your own neighbor, robbing your own neighbor for what? For lack of bread. Right? And a lot of you women, you ain't got men that's gonna do that shit on your behalf. There's gonna be groups of men doing that shit on their own behalf. They're not gonna be doing that shit to bring back canned goods for you and your nigglets. Absolutely not.
Hell,
Right? No, you and your little spiglets. They're not gonna come in there for that. What? No. Bitch. Fuck you. All you bitches that's so delusional, that's used to this high level lifestyle, these abundant men that you claim that you've been fucking with. It's amazing, all these bitches. I was watching this video earlier, this chick talking about something. She's used to dealing with abundant men. Right? Men with money. But wait a minute, why you didn't marry none of these niggas? Supposedly she's married. Right? But she's teaching these other women to demand men pay their bills. In the new system, ain't no man gonna pay your fucking bills, bitch.
hell.
You gonna be on your own out here. All you women that claim to look like something out here, that think you look like something, you gonna be booty for the wild shit that's going on, for the wild demons that's running these, and they coming. We used to say back in the day when we was out there, hey, the raper man spirit is coming back, and now it's back. I don't know. You see that video of that Jew that I don't know what he was. Jay, even he had demons on him. He was on the middle of a fucking train platform, fucking raping a bitch, man, just raping her. And then when they was looking at him and they was saying shit, he just got up and put it back in his pants and looked at him like and started walking away. You know what I'm saying? You got niggas fucking corpses and shit on trains for hours. Right? Niggas so detached from reality, they just watch it and they film it with their phone and they keep walking. They don't try to intervene and stop it or nothing. There's gonna be a lot of motherfuckers with those kind of spirits on them when all hell is breaking loose out here, man.
That's right.
It ain't just gonna go smoothly transition from you spending dollars and using your phone and contactless payments straight into the chip. No. The system gotta break down.
That's right.
It ain't gonna be enough food on these shelves. It ain't gonna be enough workers in these places that sell the food. Ain't gonna be enough truck drivers. Ain't gonna be enough goods being shipped here from these other nations. Famine is gonna happen. Like the brother said, you people got a spirit of gluttony. You just gotta eat all day. Just constantly consuming food all day. All day, stuffing your fat faces, man. You got people that's 400 and 600 pounds. I saw a video today. This shit is disgusting. This bitch, she had to weigh at least 700 pounds. This bitch was doing a split. Like, what the fuck? I was like, I'm looking at her like, this bitch, she loves to eat.
Yep.
She can't stop eating. That bitch gonna be skinny in that day. Her heart gonna stop because she ain't gonna be getting all that shit that she used to putting in her body. All these dudes jacking off, paying all this money to watch a bitch on a screen. That shit gonna be over. Yeah. OnlyFans gonna be shut down. Right? All these fucking Instagram where you bitches prostituting your bodies all throughout Instagram. Right? That shit gonna be dead. Right. Facebook used to be a thing. I remember when Facebook was a thing. I remember when MySpace was a thing. All them platforms died. Right? It ain't gonna be a new platform for you to indulge. So now you're gonna have to live with the person that you truly are, man. You gotta go.
Right. Yeah, that's crazy, bro. How, people are one way in real life, and then once that camera turns on, it's like a demon hops on them. Mm-hmm. And like you said, it says mostly a demon of fucking wickedness, perverseness, all that bullshit, man. And then you see these people, they always drugged up, depressed and shit. They got more demons on them.
Yep.
So all those demons are gonna, come out whenever there's lack of food, lack of resources, because they're gonna want to indulge in those things, and they're willing. Yeah, and they're not gonna be able to, and they're gonna be willing to what? To kill people, to rob people, eat other people. Yep. That shit is gonna be crazy, man.
It's gonna be, and that's good.
Yeah.
That's good, because once America is destroyed, the whole system is truly gonna be destroyed. So even after that, because the whole world, this thing is gonna come on against the whole world. That's why the Lord said He's gonna keep us from it. Give me Revelation 3 and I believe it's 9 or 10. Revelation 3, 9 or 10. Is it because thou hast kept the faith and my patience?
This is Revelation 3 and verse 10. It says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth.
And that's right. That's the hour of temptation is a trick. And it's gonna try the whole earth, the oikomene, the whole entire planet. But the ones that matter is the elect. They're not gonna feel it. Well, what we call the elect. Right? But everybody else gonna be caught up in that shit. Then you're gonna have the Third World War happening at the same time. Then you're gonna have while that's happening at the same time, you're gonna have uprisings of people, you're gonna have instability, all kinds of instability in the world happening at the same time. Pestilence, disease, destruction, wild beasts. They just said they recreated some shit called a dire wolf, supposedly. Just brought this motherfucker back from extinction. So those are newly beasts, newly created. Right? So that shit gonna be wild. Because remember, when this thing go down, the system not gonna be running like it is today. You go to these zoos, you got people that feed them every day, that make sure they eat. Even your own pets at home. You got people with pets at home, they make sure that they eat every day. Well, what's gonna happen when they can't eat no more? People gonna be eating their pets, eating their dogs, their cats. Straight abominations. When the cats and dogs is gone, now they're gonna be eating their kids. Yeah. Right? When their kids is gone, they're gonna be eating their wives and husbands.
Well, I remember we did a lesson way back a couple of years ago where, it says that America is the place with the biggest number of wild cats in the entire world.
Yep.
That's fucking crazy.
Zoos. You got a lot of private zoos.
More than in nature, bro.
Yep.
So imagine, once people can't feed, how many pounds of meat you gotta fucking feed a tiger or a lion and shit.
Yeah.
Like,
and you got Edomites that's living it with big wild cats in their house right now. They not in zoos, bro. They on people's property, running around all throughout Florida, all throughout the Eastern Seaboard, the West Coast, man. What's going to happen, bro? They're going to escape, and they're going to go back to their animal instinct.
Well, you're going to let them lose. Like, yo, fuck that shit. I'd rather that motherfucker go somewhere else and kill somebody else than me.
Yeah. We're going to sweep out into wherever they keep the gate up. We're going to hold the gate up and let them run.
I don't remember if it was in Georgia or some shit like that where some dude was driving by and he recorded like a pack of fucking lionesses,
that was fake.
It was?
Yeah, it was fake.
Oh shoot, I was just like, damn, that's crazy.
They said it was in Detroit, but it was fake.
Oh, okay,
Yeah, it was fake.
But yeah, I mean, that's the type of things that's gonna happen with again with the zoos, with private zoos,
Yeah,
all of that.
yeah,
man.
because you got people with private zoos and you got public zoos.
Yeah.
And on top of that, you got these major cities. A lot of the zoos are concentrated near ghettos where Black, Latinos, and Native Americans stay at. You go to the San Diego Zoo. That shit ain't in the San Diego suburbs, bro. That's inside the city.
Yeah.
You go to the Honolulu Zoo down here.
Right on the.
That shit right at the end of Waikiki, bro.
It's crazy.
Right at the end. Tigers, lions, bears, elephants, wild snakes, poisonous snakes, monkeys. Monkeys, bruh. And a monkey will rip your fucking face off, bruh.
Yeah.
You think you eat bananas all fucking day and pellets all day. Motherfuckers eat humans.
That's right.
You ain't gonna be swinging in the trees looking for berries, man. Animal instinct gonna be turned on 1,000, bruh. So then you got teeth of wild, that's all for judgment. And none of that's gonna affect the elect.
Right.
None of that. Them animals gonna be in league with us.
Back in the book of 2nd Ezra 16 and 18, it says, the beginning of sorrows and great mourning, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the powers shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come?
We're gonna pray to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah. We're gonna wait on Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah.
That's right.
That's what we're gonna do. That's what Ezra's gonna do. Real quick, the brother Salvation of the Elect, he posted up, estimates suggest there may be as many as 7,000 tigers in the U.S., either in zoos or privately owned, which is nearly double the estimate number in the wild of wild tigers globally. That's crazy. That brother got that from the AI overview, right? That's crazy, right?
Yeah.
Over 7,000, probably more.
And what about snakes and poisonous animals,
Yep.
man? Like man, the Lord's gonna use everything in his arsenal to judge you people, man.
Yeah, the brother also posted up, or the hopeful elect posted up, Ecclesiasticus 39:29, fire and hell and famine and death, all these were created for vengeance. Verse 30, teeth of wild beasts, scorpions, serpents, and the sword punish the wicked to destruction. That's the wicked of our people and Esau Edom. That's what's coming. That judgment is coming, bro. Don't forget, it's also going to be apparitions. Like you call them ghosts, but it's really spirits, and they're going to be putting hands on people, bro. Jumping on people and themselves putting hands on people, bro. Hands and feet. Fucking shit. Those are all the plagues, man. That's what's about to attack America, man. What you gonna think America's gonna do in that day when all this shit is happening at once? You gonna see them ushering, pushing Trump in a fucking limo, getting his ass the fuck out of the way. Or what, if they ain't a limo, they're gonna throw his ass in the back of one of those fucking big ass fucking up-armored fucking SUVs and shit. Put your head down, sir. Cold Cheeto is in effect. You gotta get the Cheeto out the building. We're pushing this nigga into a fucking underground base so they can keep continuity going on. COG is gonna be happening. Continuity of government is gonna be happening. Yep. All you people that was living off the high horse that's not of no value to them, they're gonna be locked out. You're gonna see JD Vance and his wife sitting outside that East Indian ass with that fucking bobblehead going like this. I thought we were part of the elite. I thought, what happened? We don't need you for this, JD. We're gonna put them on a helicopter and fly you out, and your helicopter gonna blow up because they don't need you or your kids. What service your kids gonna make unless you sacrificing them to the elite?
That's right. Well, verse 19, 2nd Ezra 16 and 19, it says, behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are set as scourges for amendment.
Yep, correction. All this stuff is happening for correction. See, the talking is gonna be over. We're gonna be off the streets. Internet's gonna be highly restricted. You know what I'm saying? All you niggas that was using this word for filthy lucre's sake and merchandising, making merchandise of it, you're gonna be dead, Al-Azhar. Your whole family, your retarded kids, they're gonna be dead. Your bitches, all them ratchet bitches that you like fucking on, they're gonna be dead, gone. And you're gonna be out there as a public witness to what happens to a person that goes against the Lord. A lot of you
Right.
people gonna get paid. You think it's a game? Good, bro.
That's right. This is in the book of 2 Edges 15, and verse 14. It says, "Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh.
Yep.
And one people shall stand up and fight against another,
Yep.
and swords in their hands."
Yep. The modern day sword is the guns. America is the most weaponized nation on the planet Earth, man, via their citizens. Right? People gonna be blazing up. They gonna just have swords. Right? People gonna be doing all kinds of shit.
That's
They
right.
gonna have guns, bro, and they got all kinds of ammunition.
And people are, and people are enticing. I think their fucking inside is just enticing people to revolt.
Yep.
You seen that video I sent you about that Chinese dude talking about?
Oh yeah. I saw it.
You need a revolution.
Yeah, you need a revolution.
I'm like,
yeah.
yo, these motherfuckers putting these on alternative
That's
media and
sedition.
shit
That's
to
sedition.
start that sedition, so that people could start going out there and easily start shooting people up, man.
Yeah, because they
what-
tried. I'm sorry, brother.
It's a
He tried to make a that Chinese dude. He tried to make basically what's going on in China sound like that was like they did the right thing with their money and shit. But them people in
Yeah.
slavery over there too, bro.
Yeah, hell yeah. And they're enticing sedition amongst Americans so that they could do what? Rise up against their leaders and shit.
Yeah, that's what they do. Like they do. When the shit get too wild, they used to rise up against their leaders. But they had their whole march. But most of the marches that they have in America, those shits are set up. It's not grassroots organizations that starting that shit up.
That's right.
It's just secret organizations setting it up, making it look like people marching against the authority. But it's truly going to be sedition amongst men. It's in it.
It says, "For the sword and the destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up against another, and swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another."
Yeah, one of you brothers put the definition for sedition on the comment board. So people are going to be speaking against the authority because it's going to be really that bad out here, man.
Yeah.
You think in that day you're going to have these fat, funky BBL bitches running around here demanding all this crazy shit? Them bitches going to be trying to hide.
That's right.
They're going to be trying to hide if they ain't already dead. You know what I mean? People are going to be going crazy. Go ahead, brother.
It says, "They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. A man shall decide to go into a city and shall not be able, for because of their pride the cities shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid."
Yep, and that's what's going to happen because of their pride. Right? Read the verse ahead of that. Above that.
Verse 17, it says, "A man shall decide to go into a city and shall not be able."
Yeah, because it's going to be shut down. It's going to shut off. Right? Right? Just like they got the 15-minute cities in China right now. Certain places you're allowed to go, you can't go. All this inner city traveling, interstate traveling, that's going to be done away with. It's going to be stopped because all hell is going to be breaks. The worst place to be when all hell breaks loose is in these inner cities, man. These major cities. Because it's really going to be bad in them shits. The brother posted up the definition for the sedition: conduct or speech. Conduct or speech. People to rebel against the authority of the state or monarch. And that's what's going to happen. People going to be talking. That dude, that goop, he's trying to sow that seed, right? But it's going to be Americans doing the same thing. They already doing it. Oh man, we got to get out of here. We got to get rid of Trump. Da 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 da. You got black bitches. I moved my whole family to Thailand. Wow, because I just couldn't take what was happening in America. But the same shit that's happening in America is going to be happening in Thailand. When all hell breaks loose in Thailand, you're going to be having your ass and your family trying to get them on planes and get them back to America.
Now you're gonna have wild motherfuckers speaking Thailand.
Yeah.
You can understand shit.
Can't understand what the fuck they
And they're
say.
like,
I'm like, get the fuck out, nigga. Weak bitch, leave. I can't go back. We renounced our passports,
citizenship.
our citizenship.
Through. Yeah, that's why the Lord said that you cannot escape His hand, man.
Yeah, you ain't gonna be able to escape this judgment. If it's your time to go, it's your time to go.
That's right.
And a lot of you jakes that have rebelled against Yahweh Bashim Shai, you're gonna die the most grievous death that a man can have. The same must know after what? Death by pain. Right? Can you imagine a single mother of 10? Because you got that in America. Latino. I saw this, they were making these images like toy characters and shit. And they said the single woman kid. And they had a Spanish bitch with 2 kids. This little nigga eating Cheetos.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, double that because you got more of that. You got a lot of these people used to think that the Latinos, they had their fathers and mothers in the house and they was all together. No, they don't.
No more. Hey.
Not no more. Those days are over, yo. You got Maria, you got Consuela. She got 6 or 7 kids by herself, eating off the system, right? Eating off them kids, child support. That's just gonna be done away with. Okay? It's gonna be hell. It's gonna be hell. Jacob Trouble. Hell, that's what's gonna be happening out here. You alright, buddy? Something in your eye?
Yeah, bug.
Yeah, man. It's gonna be hell out here, bro. Jacob Trouble, Jeremiah 30:7. Alas, that day is great, so that none is like it. It's either the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. The he that's gonna be saved out of it is the elect of Israel, elect of Jacob. The Most High is the Israel of the Most High. Okay, I don't know, brother posted up Amos 9:10, the amplified version of the Bible. All the sinners among my people will die by the sword. Those that say definitely this disaster will not overtake or get that Amos 9:10 in the amplified version.
Amos 9 and 10.
Oh no, just go to translation comparison.
It says Amos 9 and 10 in the Amplified. It says, all the sinners among my people will die by the sword. Those who say definitely the disaster will not overtake or confront us.
Yeah, so there's a lot of people out here walking around with, a lot of the people on this sign here with normalcy bias. They believe that the disaster is not going to overtake them, it's not going to confront them, right? They're going to be easy, they're going to have it good. They got all this money, they got these houses, they got these bitches, you know what I'm saying, they good. These bitches that look like something, that made themselves look like something, right? These wig hats and shit that they put on their heads, they think that that's going to make a man save them. That's not going to happen. They're going to swallow something.
Yeah, I just seen it, but it's good. It says, all the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, who say calamities shall certainly not draw near, nor come upon us.
And that's what they think. But they got another thing coming. Another thing is coming for you. That calamity is going to overtake you because what are you doing? You're living in your sins and iniquities, your wickedness. Right? You think there ain't no judgment going to come behind that? Right? You hate the Lord, you hate his word, you hate his men. You hate the Heavenly Father, the only begotten Son. You think you're going to be protected? You think the white man going to protect you? You greasy hair, braided hair, skull cap wearing, wig hat wearing, fake titties, fake ass having, fake lipstick, fake eyelashes, fake face, fake every fucking thing. You think the Lord's gonna protect you? Fuck you. You gonna die.
Right.
You gonna die out here. You thug ass niggas. You sodomite, fake prophet, acting ass nigga. Right? Getting pegs thrown up your booty hole. Shoving shit up your ass, you think the Most High is with you? That nigga talking about something, he's anointed. Yeah, you anointed, all right. Anointed for death, nigga.
That's right.
That's what the fuck you anointed for, hardcore. Right? Big head, big water head, baseball cap wearing ass nigga. And how about you, shot gonna kill you, nigga? He's gonna kill you, he gonna kill, and this guy, he don't even care about his kids and his so-called wives. He don't care about none of them. Because if he did, he would fear the Lord, but he don't fear the Lord. He don't fear Yahushua, right? He disrespects his men like Paul, right?
Yeah, how about Shai? He's right now. He's making you
the laughing stock of Israel.
That's right.
And then once the laughing stop, here come the pain, nigga.
That's right.
You and that big bald head nigga named Hakai. And if Hassad don't get his shit together, he gonna go right down with you niggas, man. That nigga be rapping them corny ass raps. Nobody trying to hear that shit. Nobody want to hear that shit. Right. Nobody want to hear Israelite raps, Christian rap. Nobody want to hear that shit. Those days are gone, nigga.
That's right.
You fucking half a pimp, micro pimp.
Yeah, this nigga's a whoremonger, bro. Right? The shit's gonna stop, bro.
Right. Like the scripture say, I'll get it real quick. Who are settled in their leaves.
Yep. Get that. Bring that out. Because a lot of you niggas are settled in your leaves. It's gonna stop. It's gonna stop.
In the book of Zephaniah.
Yeah, real quick. 2nd Ezra 9 and 12. Or 9 and 11 and 12. And they that have loathed my law while they had yet liberty, when as a place of repentance was open unto them, understood not, but despised it. The same must mean as the death by pain. And that's 2 areas of faith. Starting with you gates that know your Israelites. That's what we're gonna start at first. Right? Forget the nigga that's in the gas station smoking weed all goddamn day,
Committing adultery, he gonna die. But a lot of you niggas that know your Israelites that's doing these same things, you walking hypocrites. Yeah, how about Shemel Shah gonna kill you, man?
That's right.
A horrible death by pain gonna fold you up, man. Real talk. Same way that nigga Comfy went out. He went out, 5 years ago. He got hit with the cold.
He died. And these niggas think he gonna come back to life and raise up at ICGJC. Not gonna happen. That nigga, he's coming back in the kingdom as a brand new baby.
Right.
He's gonna be somebody's son. Same thing gonna happen to you, Alazar. And the one that's gonna get the worst, the one that's gonna be really his destruction. If he don't repent, it's gonna be really magnified as Bishop Nate and all his congregation, especially the heads. The lemur, that nigga with his eyes all popping out his head and shit, like looking like that and shit. He's gonna die. The Lord gonna kill that nigga, man. Yeah. Yeah, that's what they call that nigga, the lemur. He looked just like one. The nigga with the glasses and shit. The IUIC, what's his name? Forget his name. Ayathun. Deacon Ayathun. He's going to the Lord, Yahweh Shah.
Like all that shit, you over here making merchandise. One of you niggas, you might fuck around and go to another country in Africa and not make it out.
Niggas, apartheid is going to come right back for no reason. It's apartheid. And he going to killing people with purple shirts.
This is Zephaniah 1 and 12. It says, and it shall come to pass at that time that I will search Jerusalem with candles and punish the men that are settled on their leaves, that say in their heart, the Most High Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua will not do good, and neither will he do evil.
And that's what all those guys doing. We just named a few of them. That's exactly what they're saying. They're not warning you about those times that are gonna come. And Nate talking about something. I didn't say Jacob's trouble wasn't gonna happen. Morons, yes you did, nigga. We got the video. It's not gonna go nowhere. It's on the internet. Brothers have downloaded it 1,000 times. So all that's gonna come out. You changed that. You changed the. You said that the MOTB is not the mark of the beast, which is the RFID microchip. You said that it's first. You said it's a bunch of things. You said it was an image of the white Christ. Then you said it's sending all its forms. Then you said it's an embargo.
Then you said it's Christianity. You know, you taking Christianity in your hand. Like I got a pocket full of Christianity, and I'm gonna go purchase me some food because I'm hungry. Hey, did you sin? Did you sin today?
Pray to Jesus?
Did you pray to Jesus today? Yeah, you gonna die, nigga. The nigga
Constantly changing it, and these fucking sycophants, they just keep believing it. And because it's a lot of them, there's a lot of them sycophants, right? Just like ISUPK. Them niggas, they said what? The MOTB is not the RFID microchip. They said it's what? Sleeping with the white woman. They said that it's Christianity.
Right? That's what they said. You taking a hold of spirituality in your right hand and in your forehead. Come on, bro. Fuck out of here, man. Meanwhile, them fat cats, they sitting there getting rich, getting these supplements by Esau to lie to you openly, man. They are going to die because when you cut the head off, the snake dies, man. You know, the snake is gonna die. Right? And those organizations can't stand tall. That's why Sakari broke up. Look at where they at now. There's nowhere to be found. I mean, them niggas is out there, but they just like they were in the ancient world, all over the place, killing each other, stabbing each other, fighting each other, beating each other up, right? Killing each other. Killing it. Now they doing it in other ways. They doing it via their images. That dude, what's his name? Something Ariala Ba, whatever his name is. The Wendy Williams of Israel. This nigga. Right? He just can't leave it alone. And now he see that that's kind of dying out. So now he gonna try to turn his head toward the apostles and the true men of the Lord. That ain't gonna work for you. Because nobody's gonna follow you, nigga. Right? Nobody's gonna follow that shit. It shows you that you ain't got the truth. You Jews out here running around and you don't have 100% truth. You've been making merchandise of the Holy Father and His Son, Yahweh, using His word maliciously, right? All those years, man, I ain't know that nigga Alizé personally, but he came in around the same time I woke up. I woke up like probably shortly after this nigga woke up. This nigga, he always been a weirdo type nigga, right? He always been a 1 foot in, 1 foot out type guy. Even when he was with us. And then when he got kicked out, he started his own thing because he was so rebellious. And for a time it worked. You created a whole fucking, what you call that shit, cult of personality around yourself. You went from being Al-Azhar Bun lawyer to the guerrilla Hebrew. Before that, you were Al-Azhar Bun lawyer, aka the Ginyan Gang master. And you lived a state of delusion. You were in a constant state of delusion. That's what you said. Right? You couldn't help yourself. And for a long time, that fake image of the tough guy, because the nigga think he's tall and stature, he's cool. But the only thing that was working against him was that big ass water head, right? So he knew he couldn't cut his hair straight. He couldn't cut his hair. If he cut his hair, he's going like a fucking Super 8. Like, goddamn, nigga, what the fuck? So he start wearing baseball caps. Put the jewelry on, because he got enough niggas to send him money. He just let anybody in his camp. Bunch of other dudes that was siphoning money from other simple ass niggas, right? And then they come up in there and they get disenchanted, or they go leave, or they stay, or whatever. A lot of the crazies. So he was siphoning all his money up, and then he was living off of it, man. That's not what you're supposed to do. So the Lord got tired of you, nigga. Your last straw that broke the camel's back was when you said that we got another 1,000 years here, bro. That was it. The Lord had you go on that dumbass show, and it spread, and next thing you know, your image will start falling apart, man. Now you just sitting in a room somewhere with Gorilla hanging out. Man, fuck that nigga, man. Fuck that nigga. Fuck all you false prophets. Yahweh Shai is going to destroy you, man. You got it, man.
Real quick, Ezekiel 13:9, it says, "And my hand shall be upon the prophets that see vanity and the divine lies.
Yeah.
They shall not be in the assembly of my people."
You ain't gonna be in the assembly of the Lord's people, the elect. You ain't a part of Al-Azhar. You're not part of the elect, right? You're not gonna be a part of that. Read it again.
Ezekiel 13:9, it says, "And my hand shall be upon the prophets that see vanity and the divine lies. They shall not be in the assembly of my people.
Yep.
Neither shall they be written in the writing of the house of Israel."
Nobody's gonna know about Al-Azhar in the kingdom of heaven. You're not even gonna be a footnote, nigga.
Right.
You're just gonna be somebody's son. You're gonna be reading about your father that stood stiffly, and I ain't talking about the faggot dude that take dick up the ass like you do. We talking about one of the elect men, whoever your father is, man. They're gonna be talking about him. They're gonna be talking about you. You're gonna be a note. You're not gonna be a footnote, man. Nate, you're not gonna be a footnote. Right? Really? I mean, we pray that you dudes repent. But the way it's going, it don't seem that way. You're not walking down a road of repentance. You walking down a road of pride, man. You can't be corrected. And that's a telltale sign. Any man that come in this thing and just refuse correction and can't be corrected, you're not walking around down a road of humility and repentance, man. You walking down a road of pride.
Pride is when one departed from his maker.
Yep.
Right? So you going straight into destruction.
Yep. At least you repent. Because see, the repentance is always out there, but it doesn't seem that way. Right now what's happening is you being made a mockery. all the enemies of the men of the Lord are being made mockeries right now.
That's right.
Right? And that big fall gonna be that purple gang. The purple Kool-Aid shirt niggas. They're gonna have the biggest fall out of all of them.
Right.
Out of all of them. Yahweh Shai just took Curfew away. He just took him out. One day he was about to get locked up. Next thing you know, he was dead. Gone. Back in the spirit world. Right? He's out of here. Check. Get him out of there. Nobody's even talking about GJC no more. Right? Now, Sakari is coming. They getting rid of Al-Azhar. The Lord broke them niggas up. He made them kill he made them kill each other's image.
Yeah.
Right? Because everybody was wondering, like, well, what the fuck happened with the Sakari? They just split up. You got the G unit of Israel now. It is. That nigga, that shit ain't going nowhere. Because he was just concerned about his rap game. He was never concerned about pushing the truth. That wasn't his thing. Yeah, they might have talked certain things, brought certain things out, but you could do nothing against the truth before the truth. Those things that it helped forward. Those things that it didn't. So these self-grandiose guys. So he's gone. And then next you know, IUIC gone.
That's right.
And any man in Great Millstone that ain't right, he going too.
Right.
You can't hide from Yahweh Shai, bro. Either you sincere or you're not. You're just not. It ain't about us. We're just servants. But what's wrong with being a servant? I like being a servant. To Yahweh Shai, my brothers, man. Fuck, man. It's simple. Just do the job, get the fuck out. Shut the fuck up, do your job. Jake don't want to do. They want to turn it into the extras, right? I gotta make these hits. I gotta make these rap lyrics. I gotta make these shirts and T-shirts. I gotta make these baseball caps. I gotta go on these podcasts, right? This nigga so full of himself. He's so happy that some monkey face looking nigga said that when you see this nigga, it's like seeing Jesus. It's the closest thing to seeing Jesus. That's what he said. Then the nigga make videos and bring scriptures that prop himself up. That is pride, and pride goes before destruction, and a haughty spirit before fall. Right? That nigga might be locked up. That one dude, Wendy Williams said he said all that niggas. He said he's just waiting for an audit from the IRS because he know he fucked the money up.
Who's that?
Al-Azhar.
Oh,
He's spending
yeah.
on dildos and bitches. That's what he did. He spent it on dildos and bitches. He spent $42,000 of the Tide money on bitches. That's what they said. And afford his lifestyle. You just mad because I made 100 G's in 1 month. All right, nigga, did you pay taxes on that shit? 40% got to come out of that. And that's just federal. So hope you paid your state taxes. So if you made 100 G's, you probably bought what, maybe 60 back? Maybe 60 back? Talking about subscribe to, if you want biblical financial advice, subscribe to GorillaHebrew.net, some dumb shit like that. Fuck out of here. I would never let that nigga tell me about money. Fuck you, man. You pay this nigga $800 so he can tell you nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Some shit that he don't even
practice.
He don't practice, yeah.
Man, he can't keep the dicks out his ass, man. Nigga, he do all this shit, man. I always hated niggas like that, bro. Niggas that be walking around all tough and shit. Come to find out this nigga's a faggot, bro. What? Everybody scared of this nigga? And then all it takes is that one dude just sock him in the face and knock him out because the nigga always had a glass jaw. But because he had that intimidating personality, niggas didn't want to step to him. But then the right one, the Lord put the spirit on the right one, and used to be a short Jake. Smoke that nigga face, bah, smite him, right in his jaw. And the nigga just go like this. Like, oh shit, that happened to Suge Knight. Some random nigga from Memphis knocked him the fuck out. They like, what? Suge Knight, what? Ah. Nigga cigar, flew out his face, he went to sleep. Damn, D-Bro, you got knocked the fuck out. And then he got that long ass fucking tail. Niggas just grab that shit, smoky, fucking turkey. Out of here, go ahead.
Again, Ezekiel 13:9, it says, "And my hand shall be upon the prophets that see vanity and the divine lies."
Yeah, they see vanity. That's what those niggas saw, vanity. And they divine lies. Go ahead.
They shall not be in the assembly of my people.
You're not gonna be in the assembly, go ahead.
Neither shall they be written in the writings of the house of Israel.
Nope.
Neither shall they enter into the land of Israel. And ye shall know that I am Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, the Most High.
And that's judgment for you false prophets, man.
That's right.
We're about to wrap it up. It's just a lot. It's just too much going on.
Finish off the second Esdras.
Yeah, let's do that.
Back in the book of Second Esdras 15 and verse 16, it says, "For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another." They
And
shall...
that's another thing too, brother. It's locked in. People gonna be kicking each other's doors in, bro.
That's right.
They in each other's houses, man. Go ahead, keep reading.
They shall not regard the kings nor princes.
So they're not gonna listen to your governors. They ain't gonna want to hear nothing that Trump gotta say. Oh, it's gonna be okay. Everything's gonna be all right. We set it straight.
No, it ain't gonna be set straight. It ain't gonna be all right. Go ahead.
And the course of their actions shall stand in their power.
People gonna do what the fuck come to their mind.
Go ahead.
A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able,
Yeah.
for because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled,
Yeah.
the houses shall be destroyed,
Yeah.
and men shall be afraid.
Men is gonna be afraid, so if men gonna be afraid in that day, how much more you women? How much more you women? If
Men, real men, gonna be afraid in that day.
how much are you women? You think of some G.I. Jane? You think fucking Jada Pinkett Smith gonna hop out with that bald head and save you niggas with a gun? That's not gonna happen. Motherfuckers gonna take that shit and smack you in the face with it, and then take your butt and get you up out of here. Put you in a basement where it chain you up and have they fun with you until they done with you.
A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor.
And he gonna be thinking like, oh man, we neighbors, we cool. We don't hang out with people like that, bro. Oh, that's my neighbor, man, my friend. We hang out with us. They ain't gonna be hungry. Ain't gonna be no more football. You hungry, you hungry. You gonna knock on your door. Hey man, you got some bread? As soon as you open that door, boom, kick it in. And they rush your shit.
But shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation.
That was second of the 15 and what?
19.
The second Esdras 15 and 19 in the GMT.
Second Esdras
16 and 19 in the GMT. It says, famine, epidemics, troubles, and sufferings are sent for punishment.
Salakia.
It should be disturbing the spirit,
Yeah,
right?
dude,
Like,
man, I
what
be
the
hating it,
fuck?
man. Like, what the fuck? Again, this is second Esdras chapter 15, verse 19 in the GMT.
I'll start at 18. Because the struggle for power will bring destruction, terror, and total confusion wherever people live. Because that's who's struggling for power. These different nations. They want to be the next up.
Right? And it says, driven by famine and terrible sufferings,
People will assault their neighbors and mercilessly plunder their possessions. Why? Because they what? They might be. You might have people sick. They got sick kids in the house.
They need medicine.
And they need medicines and shit. So those are two things that are gonna drive people. They kids season up or sick or famine. They hungry, right? And we always tell you when famine hit the body, you can't subside that famine with a sandwich. You got to go liquid again, like a baby.
That's right.
Right? You gotta, so they're gonna be kicking in doors and shit. When they done robbing in Walgreens and the Walmarts, which a lot of them stores are already closing early. So just in case you niggas do think you gonna kick it in, you ain't gonna get nothing out of it. All these box stores in the ghetto, they closing the fuck up. The Dollar General store closing, Walmart's closing, Target closing, all those stores that Jake used to go into.
so what they're gonna do, they're gonna kick in their neighbors. The first thing, they always attack people they know first. Before they mob up and go to the other neighborhoods, because they don't know who's in the other neighborhoods. So they gonna, your friend Sherry, she gonna be up in there. Oh, we know it's just her and them kids up in there. But we got that's easy money. Or it's just him and his girl up in there and his kids. Oh, he easy money.
Right? Driven, because they're gonna be driven by this famine and terrible suffering. People will assault their neighbors and mercilessly plunder their possessions. Yeah, that's cold, bruh. And we see it already. We see it coming. They show it to you in these movies. Why you niggas going to go see these movies and to get your mind off of what's going on in reality? Reality going to strike you worse than that movie, man.
Right.
Yep. And so that close out, brother.
So with that, we want to give again all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushai, by Hashem Kakadash.
Double honors to the apostles and the elders at Great Millstone for teaching his truth and for ruling well. And peace and salutation to all you Akim out there pushing and defending his gospel throughout the four corners of the earth. As well as to the believers in Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushai, the men as well as the women, the hopeful elect. Hey, shalom up to next time.
Shalom.